सीन है मेरे हिसाब से.
Yeah, so KKR camp, I think they'll be more or less sorted. They'll be happy. Obviously, that mentor thing is something that they'll have to rectify because Gautam Gambhir ne IPL जीता के they have moved. He has moved on to be the India head coach. Captain रहेंगे या नहीं रहेंगे? This is a big question mark. Harshit believes that there is no point letting go of Shreyas Iyer. He should remain the captain. The captaincy bit is very important, but we'll have to wait and see what does the defending champions.
वाह, इस पे तो दिल आ गया यार. पर ये तो अदिति का है ना. मेरा था, अब हमारा है. त्योहार के खास गहने जिनसे दिल कभी ना भरे. इंद्रिया आदित्य बिरला ज्वेलरी.
स्टॉप लॉसेस हिट होते रहते हैं सारे रिटेल ट्रेडर्स के इफ दे आर यूजिंग ट्रेंड लाइंस, चार्ट पैटर्न्स, ब्रेकआउट्स, इंडिकेटर्स एंड व्हाट नॉट. इंस्टीट्यूशनल ट्रेडिंग और द आर्ट ऑफ ऑर्डर फ्लो ट्रेडिंग इज द फ्यूचर. अगर आपको इंस्टीट्यूशनल ट्रेडिंग नहीं आती है, इन दैट केस यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू बी एबल टू कैप्चर मूव्स लाइक दिस every single day in the markets. Look at how an entry is taken by this strategy. This is the entry and this is the exit. Look at another trade. This is the entry, this is the exit. And I can show you hundreds of examples of how this strategy dominates in every market segment, in every time frame, whether it's equity, futures and options, commodities, forex. If you want to learn this strategy, I am conducting a 3 hours live workshop where I'm going to teach you this strategy on how to take an entry, how to identify institutional moves, and how to catch massive moves in the market. If you are interested to step up your trading game, click on the link below, join the webinar, and I'll see you inside.
रहता है वो एक टेंशन वाली बात है, बट नॉट सरप्राइज कि उसको 18 करोड़ में रिटेन किया. जहां तक रही बात केएल राहुल की, बड़ी कंट्रास्टिंग रिपोर्ट्स आ रही हैं, मैं भी देख रहा हूं. तो मुझे लगता है कि शायद पूरन की केएल राहुल रिटेन नहीं होंगे जिस तरह की इंफॉर्मेशन आ रही है. एंड केएल राहुल ने भी काफी बार पिछले कुछ महीनों में काफी बार अपने एक्सप्रेस करी है डिजायर कि वो आरसीबी वापस जाना चाहते हैं. आरसीबी वापस जाना चाहते तो शायद आरसीबी में जाने का ऑप्शन मिल जाए मेगा ऑक्शन में और एलएसजी ने रिलीज कर दे. बट अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट मुझे लगता है कि मयंक यादव आईपीएल 2024 सेंसेशन इंडिया खेल चुके हैं. अब तो बहुत हाइप थी, भले ही 4 गेम खेले, 2 जिता गए, काफी नाम था, पक्का रिटेन होने वाले हैं. चाहे कोई फॉर्म हो, कोई फिटनेस हो, रिटेन होना ही होना है. जिस तरह का उनका इम्पैक्ट था, जिस तरह का उनका दबदबा था, जिस तरह का उनका नाम था, डेफिनेट रिटेंशन है. और उसके अलावा जो एक और रिटेंशन मुझे लगता है वो फ्रेंचाइजी करेगी, करना भी चाहिए, दैट इज रवि बिश्नोई. रवि बिश्नोई को आईपीएल 2022 ऑक्शन से पहले भी उन्होंने एज अ प्लेयर ड्राफ्ट में साइन कर लिया था. पिछले 3 सीजन अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस किया है. वन ऑफ द बेस्ट वाइड बॉल के T20 फॉर्मेट के स्पिनर्स हैं. एलएसजी के लिए लीडिंग विकेट टेकर हैं आईपीएल में. रिटेन होना बनता है. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट जो और प्लेयर्स मुझे लगता है कि केकेआर एलएसजी एक ऐसी टीम है शायद 2 अनकैप प्लेयर या 2 या 3 अनकैप प्लेयर रिटेन कर सकते हैं. क्योंकि पिछले अगर आप कुछ सीजन देखोगे तो कुछ ऐसे अनकैप प्लेयर्स थे जिन्होंने अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस किया. जैसे मोहसिन खान थे, मोहसिन खान ने बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस दिया. आयुष बदूनी ने ऑन एंड ऑफ बहुत अच्छे परफॉर्मेंसेस दिए. उसके बाद यश ठाकुर थे जिन्होंने पिछले आईपीएल सीजन में हैट्रिक लिया. उसके बाद युद्धवीर सिंह शरक थे जिनका एक अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस था. तो ये शायद ऐसे प्लेयर्स हैं जो एलएसजी देख सकती है एज अ अनकैप प्लेयर रिटेंशन के लिए. बट जो मुझे
Well, hello and a very warm welcome to all our viewers. You're watching the Cricket Next YouTube channel and we are here live on the retention day, the IPL retention day. पिछले काफी हफ्तों से महीनों से the fans have been talking about which players will be in which team in the next IPL because you don't know which team is going to retain which player. बहुत fights हैं, हर team में fights हैं. You have big names, you have talented youngsters whom you don't want to go uncapped players, जिसमें फायदा है क्योंकि 4 करोड़ का वो एक मिलेगा आपको अगर आप सस्ते में एक रिटेन कर पाएंगे. बट विनीत, आर यू एक्साइटेड फॉर दिस रिटेंशन एंड व्हाट डू यू थिंक व्हाट इज द ओनली टीम दैट यू आर लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू गेट? इस टीम को देखना ही देखना है, ये टीम क्या करेगी?
You know, the first and foremost, the team that I'm looking forward to the most would be Punjab Kings, because IPL mega auction ki history mein this could be the first time that a team does not retain anybody and go into the mega auction with the maximum purse, that is 120 crores. So that's actually one of the teams that I'm looking forward to. Kyunki Punjab Kings, let's start off with Punjab Kings itself, kyunki they have been the perennial underachievers, so to speak. and Ricky Ponting is coming in. एक massive overhaul we are expecting, and उस lineup, you know, apart from an Arshdeep Singh, you don't see anybody that is that much amount of a value where आप 14 करोड़ 11 करोड़ देंगे. Even I don't think Arshdeep को भी 18 करोड़ के value पे पंजाब किंग लेना चाहेगी. But then again, even if they have to, it could be an Arshdeep Singh. Otherwise, they'll, you know, wipe the slate clean and just go with 6 RTMs, or, you know, don't even take the RTMs heading into the mega auction. So Punjab Kings would be, you know, very interesting retention list mein how many players, or even if no players they pick. So that's one team that I'm looking forward to. Talking about the players, you know, it's an open game. You could potentially have 3 captaincy choices in that, you know, auction. Absolutely. If teams release, that is Rishabh Pant, that is KL Rahul and Shreyas Iyer, an IPL winning captain could be released. So this itself, you know, shows you the dynamic kis tarike se change ho raha hai by the time mega auctions comes around, you know, because of this retention. So Shreyas Iyer is there, Rishabh Pant is there. We are hearing that Rishabh Pant is being eyed by somebody like in CSK. Ricky Ponting ka ek factor wahan pe hai. He was with you know, DC when Rishabh Pant was the captain, so that connection is there. So Punjab Kings, with the amount of purse that they have, they could go for it. But CSK, if they have, you know, put their mind into getting a Rishabh Pant, they will also do that. Shreyas Iyer is anybody's bet. Yaar, IPL winning captain ko aap kyun chhodna chahoge? And even then, the fact is somebody like a Shreyas Iyer or a Rishabh Pant, it's not that the teams are releasing them. It could very well be the fact कि उन्होंने बोला होगा कि यार आप हमें retain मत करो, because we know we will get better value at the auction. Rishabh Pant for sure, you know, I'm putting my neck out there and saying Rishabh Pant is going anywhere excess of 20 to 23 for sure.
Yeah, no, there's a very high chance, because the demand is such. Reports are saying that every विकेट कीपर, बैटर, कैप्टन, लीडर की जैसे बात की, बहुत टीम्स है. आरसीबी है जो लीडर ढूंढ रही है. केकेआर अगर श्रेयस अय्यर को जाने देंगी तो वो लीडर ढूंढ रही है. सीएसके, although they have ऋतुराज गायकवाड, but a Rishabh Pant in CSK, this looks good, and this is something that especially every CSK fan wants to see. MS Dhoni, the mentor, and then his student, his disciple Rishabh Pant in the same team. MS Dhoni भी, उनकी भी obviously ऑफिशियल कंफर्मेशन नहीं आई है खेलेंगे कि नहीं, पर रिपोर्ट्स जो कह रही हैं, देयर इज अ वेरी हाई चांस यू माइट सी एमएस धोनी प्लेइंग इन द नेक्स्ट आईपीएल. बट which is the most shocking one according to you out of all these 3? KKR letting go of Shreyas Iyer, Delhi Capitals letting go of Rishabh Pant, or LSG letting go of KL Rahul? You know,
LSG में we saw what happened with KL Rahul in that LSG setup. वो 2 साल से LSG को कैप्टन कर रहे हैं with decent amount of results as well. Both of the times I think they made it to the playoff. But then again, you know, there were so many reports were coming in that entire episode with Sanjeev Goenka. पहले बोला तो गया कि यार कुछ ऐसा है नहीं, it's kind of a family, but you could see the signs there. So Rahul being let go by LSG is probably the least surprising bit. Rishabh Pant, of course, I would put Rishabh Pant and Shreyas Iyer in both the categories where, you know, Rishabh Pant ka, you know, the thing is, this was the guy who you backed when he was out, you know, with that horrific accident. You still backed him. You didn't let him go. He came back with such a fanfare. So letting go of Rishabh Pant is a big, big surprise for me. But then again, as I said, it's not, I think it was not on DC's, you know, thing that they want to release him. It was more of Pant saying that, you know what, just release me. Shreyas Iyer is again very, very...
मेरा अवार्ड.
सर, आप तो पियानो लेने गए थे.
वॉलेट छोड़ना भूल गया.
सर, बिना वॉलेट कैसे करोगे पे?
रुपए क्रेडिट कार्ड से. ये यूपीआई पे चले और रिवॉर्ड्स भी दे. लिंक इट, फॉरगेट इट.
ओके मैम, आई विल शेयर द टास्क लिस्ट विद यू. अच्छा प्रिया, लिस्ट में एक और चीज ऐड कर लेना. यू टू टेक एन एग्जाम. एग्जाम? डोंट वरी, जस्ट चेक योर मेल. Don't think so much. Just take the exam. Okay. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
क्या आपको पता है, जिंदगी का एक आसान इम्तिहान आपकी जिंदगी बचा सकता है? आज ही जानिए ब्रेस्ट कैंसर सेल्फ एग्जाम के बारे में.
Maybe. Then again, KL Rahul as a captain comes in. That's good. He also has the support of a Virat Kohli, senior statesman in the team, so to speak. So there could be that factor also, that KL Rahul also has gotten the feels that RCB is calling. Might as well go there.
Yeah, there's a very high chance, as Avneet said in the beginning, that captaincy के बहुत prospects, and there are many teams who are looking for a particular captain to have in their team. RCB, Faf du Plessis did well in the 3 years that he played for RCB. Obviously couldn't win the trophy, और RCB ने अभी तक अपनी history में trophy नहीं जीती है. Virat Kohli led the side for a long time, then he stepped down in 2021, then now the reports are saying that he might make a comeback as captain. Do you think that's a good decision to have Virat Kohli, the captain, back in RCB, or do you think this is a stopgap solution just for a year or so?
I don't really think so. It's a good decision, so to speak, because Virat Kohli ने जब वो decide किया था, I mean, you could see, the kind of freedom which he played. So I don't think so you want to burden him again. As you said, the key word here is probably the stopgap arrangement, because somebody like a Faf du Plessis, जो 2 साल से रहे हैं RCB के साथ, he is 40. So RCB might not be looking at him as a long-term prospect, even though at 40 he's still fit. I mean, he's fit than most of the youngsters around. So there's no doubt on the fitness or the ability you have of Faf du Plessis. But then again, RCB from a management point of view might want to rebuild. I mean, IPL mega auctions are somewhere, an opportunity for teams to rebuild, resettle अगले 3 साल 4 साल के बारे में सोचने के लिए. तो उस scheme of things पे Faf du Plessis might not figure. That is why we are hearing these news about Virat Kohli taking over. Faf du Plessis के बारे में हम बात ही नहीं कर रहे हैं कि whether he would be released, he would be retained. Most likely he might not even come up with the auction. ये भी हो सकता है. We don't know. There might be, things, there might have been backroom chats where Faf du Plessis might have said to RCB, boss, I'm done. I'm not anyway a full-time cricketer right now. It's part-time. I play IPL, I play the SA T20. I don't want to do this anymore. So that could be the reason why Virat Kohli ka naam हमें दिख रहा है. So all the more reason for RCB to look for a captain material in the mega auction, and KL Rahul seems to be the right fit.
Yeah, I mean, homecoming, as you said, KL Rahul can do a great homecoming, come back to Chinnaswamy Bengaluru, lead the side, and hopefully, क्योंकि उन पे भी बहुत कुछ कहा गया है, लिखा गया है पिछले कुछ सालों में, the way he has been batting in IPL, the way he has been leading the LSG side, the Lucknow Super Giants side. But let's talk about one of the most successful IPL teams, Mumbai Indians. Another team full of superstars. I mean, आप गिनने बैठो तो आपको बहुत players दिखेंगे which you want to retain, but obviously you can only retain a certain number of players. If you are in the Mumbai Indians camp, which is the ideal combination, the ideal players you would want to retain?
Mumbai Indians is it's like a heavyweight pick for them. Mumbai Indians is one of the teams, one of the rare teams who has such a strong Indian core. Or mega auctions में यही होता है. The teams with strong Indian cores are the one who end up making very tough decisions. And Mumbai Indians के साथ वो tough decision है. You look at a Rohit Sharma, you look at a Hardik Pandya, you look at a Surya Kumar Yadav, you look at a Jasprit Bumrah, you look at a Tilak Verma, you look at an Ishan Kishan. These is top flight Indian cricketers, international cricketers. आप इनमें से 6 के 6 को आप नहीं रख सकते हो. So in that sense, it could be a straightforward pick for Mumbai Indians with Rohit, with Hardik, with Surya, with Jasprit, and they will, as news reports are suggesting, 2 uncapped players in Namandir and Tilak Verma. So that could be quite straightforward for them. But then again, all the talks about Rohit Sharma, Hardik Pandya, that dynamic from last year, I think that has been put to rest. Now it's pretty much clear that Rohit Sharma is going to be retained. And of course, 5-time IPL winner with one captain with one team, has been associated with Mumbai Indians for such a long time, and in one of those lives that you were also mentioning, that Mumbai has this one family and they don't want to let go of the family. So it does not make sense for the Mumbai Indians to let go of Rohit Sharma, and which we think it's not going to happen. Hardik Pandya, premium all-rounder. Jasprit Bumrah, number 1 bowler in international cricket. Surya Kumar Yadav, number 1 batter in T20Is. कैसे आप छोड़ोगे? आप छोड़ ही नहीं सकते हो. Ishan Kishan is in all this model is probably the one very unfortunate guy who would be released, but then again it could be a boon for him as well. जैसे ही वो auction में जाते हैं, again, wicket keeper batter, hard hitting wicket keeper batter is at a premium. They'll go at a premium, so he might get good bucks at the auction. एक और चीज ये भी हो सकता है कि मुंबई इंडियंस might as well buy back him
They have done that
RTM
before.
में. They have done that before as well. Uncapped players in maybe an Amandhir and Tilak Verma, I think is still capped, uncapped. He's capped. So one capped player you have there, and Amandhir as your uncapped, or maybe an Akash Madhwal also. Kafi hai uncapped players. Nehal Vadera is also there. One of the big players that they might not be interested in, somebody like a Tim David who has not performed the way they have done. Rajasthan, yeah. So Tim David is somebody they would say, oh, we tried him out, humse nahi hua. Maybe they might want to buy back him because he might not get the amount of the value that he garnered the last time around when he was at the auction. So I think in that way Mumbai Indians is very sorted. But then again, going into the auction, हम तो अभी 4 या 5 retentions की बात कर रहे हैं. They'll still have to buy 17, 18 players और बहुत कम बजट होगा. So Mumbai Indians would probably be the one team जो auction में जाएंगे with the least amount of budget. और उस budget में they'll have to be very smart.
Rajasthan Royals, because it's such a big dilemma. We have been discussing it for a long time, for the last few days. Whoever I have met, there are few teams that I have discussed, and Rajasthan is on top of it. Why? Because in the batting lineup, okay, you have a Jaiswal, you have a Sanju Samson, you have a Josh Butler, you have a Riyan Parag, who are our backs.
नई गाड़ी या क्रूज की सवारी, हाँ? और इसके फ्यूचर की तैयारी. कौन सा सपना स्किप करूं?
सर जी
स्किप नहीं सिप करो.
सपने स्किप नहीं सिप करो.
मतलब
SIP के साथ.
कैसे?
जितने सपने उतनी SIP, जैसे सपने वैसी SIP. Simply visit kotakmf.com/Mr. SIP और सीखो SIP के साथ कैसे हो सकते हैं आपके सपने पूरे सिस्टमैटिकली.
और आप? म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है. योजना से जुड़े सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें.
कोलंबस, वेंचर कॉलोनिस्ट का फोन है. होली शिट, उसे लगेगा फंडिंग के पैसे से अमेरिका की ट्रिप करा है. हेलो योर हाइनेस, और शुड आई से नमस्ते फ्रॉम इंडिया? फोटोज राइट सर. श्योर.
लमाटा.
Any second. Send to you.
With Magic Eraser, brush away unwanted details from your photos. Canva, dil se design tak.
To buy both Chahal and Ashwin, everybody was like going bonkers. How could other teams, allow Rajasthan Royals to buy your 2 best spinners? But then again, Ravichandran Ashwin has redefined himself. You look at the TNPL that he played, coming at number 3, scoring runs at will. So he's redefining himself. He's adding that extra batting thing to him. So that is also one factor. Yajwendra Chahal has been discarded by the Indian international team management. But then again, he's also a very, very hefty commodity when it comes to T20 cricket, but they'll have to let go of one of these guys. Definitely ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता कि वो इन सब जो हमने नाम लिए हैं सबको वो ले सके. ध्रुव जुरैल, युजेंद्र चहल, R. Ashwin and the other 3 we mentioned, वो कर ही नहीं सकते. They'll have to retain an uncapped player. So either Chahal, either Ashwin goes. My bet is they probably would release Ashwin.
They have, Chahal, I think RCB till date they regret letting go of Yuzvendra Chahal because he was the only bowler who could bowl at Chinnaswamy.
Exactly, yeah.
The amount of wickets, he is the leading wicket taker in Indian Premier League. That says something. That stat in itself is a big thing because that is what he brings to the table. Chinnaswamy with is successful and RCB is still dead. As I said, they are regretting. Kya RR वो regret लेना चाहेगा? I don't think so. They would want to have Chahal in the IPL in their own team, and that obviously we'll have to wait and see. But let's talk about another team full of superstars, Sunrisers Hyderabad. You have a Travis Head at the top along with Abhishek Sharma.
Yep.
And I don't think I need to remind the viewers what this duo did in the last IPL. जब 250 was looking like the 150 स्कोर, वो एक डिसेंट स्कोर है. 250 मारा है हैदराबाद ने, सिर्फ 250 मारा है, वो पॉइंट आ चुका था आईपीएल में. दिस इज द डुओ दैट डिड दैट. ट्रेविस हेड, अभिषेक शर्मा. नीचे आते हैं हेनरिक क्लासन, देन कम्स ग्लेन फिलिप्स, तो खेले भी नहीं. Then comes Nitish Kumar Reddy, another great find. Now he's an India player. And then Pat Cummins, the captain himself. Washington Sundar. What do you do? I think this is a given. They will go with 45 crores only in the auction because they have a lot of good players in their team. Travis Head, Abhishek Sharma, Henry Classen, Pat Cummins, Glenn Phillips, Washington Sundar. किसको रखेंगे, किसको जाने देंगे?
It's pretty much straightforward because we've been receiving news in the sense that they pretty much have finalized their retention picks, which is Heinrich Classen, Pat Cummins, Travis Head, Abhishek Sharma and Nitish Kumar Reddy. इन पांच पे ही आप पूरा पैसा अगर डाल देंगे 75 crore वहीं पे ही आपके हो गए. But the interesting bit here is that we are also hearing news of Heinrich Classen को उन्होंने 23 crore पे deal finalize किया है. So the cap is 18. So how do you give 23 crores? Yeah. So the IPL rule in this scenario says, let's say Heinrich Classen feels that if he goes into the auction, he's at 20 plus crore buy there. And so he wants to get released. Yeah. But Sunrisers Hyderabad, what they did very smartly, said, you know what, we'll give you 23 crores. How does that affect Sunrisers Hyderabad? Well, the IPL rule says that the cap is 18, 14, 11, 18 and 14, right? So if you're paying any player more than the what the slot merits, that amount will be cut from your purse. Okay. And in that sense, let's say अब news ये भी है कि नीतीश कुमार रेड्डी को they are not as a fifth pick, they are not retaining him in the 14 crore bracket, but in the 6 crore bracket because उनको 75 का math set रखना है. That means Nitish Kumar Reddy is the loser here in terms of if he, as a fifth pick he has to do that, but that is the deal probably they have stuck where they say कि even if you go into the auction you might not get more than 7-8 crores, so might as well take the 6 crore.
Talented Indian youngster up and
might as well take the 6 crore and be happy with it. अब लेकिन इससे ये होता है कि नीतीश कुमार को even though Sunrisers are giving 6 crore, उनके पर्स में से 14 करोड़ ही कटेंगे. So that is 8 plus 5 of Classen, 13 crore उनके पर्स से वैसे ही चले जाएंगे. So that would be a big issue for Sunrisers Hyderabad if they go with this retention strategy, क्योंकि उनको बाकी 15-16 प्लेयर तो खरीदने ही हैं. Then they would be like पैसे ही नहीं है यार खरीदने के लिए. So that would be the biggest factor for Sunrisers Hyderabad. लेकिन how do you let go of a Heinrich Classen, Travis Head and Pat Cummins? That is bonkers.
Absolutely.
और इन सब में से एक नाम हम भूल रहे हैं, which is Aiden Markram, the South African T20 captain who took South Africa to the finals. He's one of the best captains that has been ever produced in South Africa as a player, a gun player in the middle order. The way he changes tempo, only Heinrich Classen is somebody who can match up to Aiden Markram in the middle overs when it comes to changing the tempo. हम उनकी बात ही नहीं कर रहे because Sunrisers just cannot afford to retain him. Then again, यहाँ पे आता है Aiden Markram, another important captaincy prospect going into the auction. उनके लिए भी काफी suitors होंगे. So Sunrisers is very tricky for them. जितने भी बड़े big players that they are taking, again it would come down to the strategy at the auction. वो जो आप team build up करने के लिए, squad build up करने के लिए जो बाकी 11 ले रहे हो ना, वो कितना important होता है. That strategy would be dead on for them. अगर नहीं होता है, then they'll suffer big time because of course, by the time you retain 5 players, you have retained 5 of your first choice players. But then again, 6 और भी तो हैं. How do you do that? And Sunrisers have been known to take these bold decisions as well. Remember Abdul Samad retention in the last auction. So again, they will have to go something on those lines. You also have somebody like a Shahbaz Ahmed, who is a cap player. Again, very value for money bargain player. How do you do that? You go ahead and take an RTM on somebody like him. So it would be very tricky for Sunrisers Hyderabad if they go ahead with this retention strategy that they have right now.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a comment here. God Gamers is asking, कल होगा retention start. He's asking कब होगा retention start. So 5 o'clock was the deadline for all the teams to submit their list of the retained players, the players that they have retained, किस किस को उन्होंने retain किया है, वो list टीम्स ने सबमिट 5 बजे तक कर दी है. अराउंड 5:30 अब धीरे धीरे टीम्स आनी शुरू होंगी. क्रिकेट नेक्स्ट पे आपको सब टीम्स का पता चलेगा. एज सून एज एनी टीम अनाउंसेस, एनी टीम जो भी लिस्ट बाहर आएगी, आपको क्रिकेट नेक्स्ट पे वो दिखेगा. तो जुड़े रहिए. आपके कोई भी सवाल है, कमेंट है, जरूर लिखिए हमारे कमेंट सेक्शन में. विल बी मोर देन हैप्पी टू टेक ऑल योर क्वेश्चंस, योर ओपिनियंस अबाउट अ टीम, अबाउट अ प्लेयर और एनीथिंग. बट वी वर टॉकिंग अबाउट एसआरएच हियर. विनीत, मेरे मन में सवाल उठ रहा है. डू यू थिंक ट्रेविस हेड सेटल्ड फॉर लेस? 14 crores.
Very much. If this is true that Sunrisers Hyderabad have struck a deal of 14 crores with Travis Head, that is way too less. Yeah. This guy, 20 crores, easily 20 crores bracket में आते हैं. But that is how the dynamics of the auction work. I mean, Travis Head realizes the fact that
वाओ, इस पे तो दिल आ गया यार. पर ये तो अदिति का है ना? मेरा था, अब हमारा है. त्योहार के खास गहने जिनसे दिल कभी ना भरे. इंद्रिया आदित्य बिरला ज्वेलरी.
That's the power of pistachios. American pistachio, my go-to snack.
And Pat Cummins also. Even Pat Cummins अब 11 crore आप सोच रहे as a third pick. Your captain who took you to the finals, how could you pick him as your third choice player? But that's how the makeup of Sunrisers Hyderabad is. So I'm guessing it's whatever backroom Sunrisers Hyderabad did. They did very convincing act with these two players, at least both the Australians. कि convince अच्छी तरह से कर लिया. They probably would have some क्या कहते हैं in those very strategic things. You have this negotiator. No, the negotiator at Sunrisers Hyderabad should be given a raise if they have managed to convince Travis and Pat Cummins combined at 25 crores. अब ये सोचो, both of them combined 25 and Mitchell Starc को आपने near about 24 दे दिया था.
I mean, yeah, absolutely, and that is the beauty of it. Before we talk about the teams, I'll give you the basic breakup. 120 crore का पर्स है टीम्स का. उसमें से you can retain 5 players. I think we are getting the teams now. Mumbai Indians की टीम अनाउंस हो चुकी है.
Very interesting, yes.
One of the most successful teams, as we were talking about, Jasprit Bumrah is the highest retaining, 18 crore rupees to Jasprit Bumrah. Surya Kumar Yadav, the current T20I captain of India, 16.35 crore. ये भी बहुत interesting है, 0.35. Hardik Pandya, the current MI captain, 16.35 crores. Rohit Sharma, Mumbai Cha Raja as he is called, former MI captain, 5 IPL trophies, former India T20 captain, 16.30
crores. That is 0.5 crore come than Hardik Pandya.
Hardik and Surya. And Tilak Verma is the 5th retained player, 8 crore rupees for Tilak Verma. Vineet, how is this justified? कुछ आपको लग रहा है यार ये ऊपर ये नीचे है, ये player missing है?
This was the 4 names that we mentioned. I mean, the 4 names that we decided that this could be. Tilak Verma is your 5th player. Ishan Kishan again misses out, but this is such an important retention list for Mumbai Indians. They've got it what they wanted. Rohit Sharma ko 6.30 crore, 16.30 crore. Hardik Pandya 16.35, Surya Kumar Yadav 16.35. This dynamic is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Tilak Verma at 8 crores is great. So that essentially means is that Surya Kumar Yadav at 16.35 crores, meaning Mumbai Indians will have to shell out an extra 2 crore. Extra 2 crores because he has been retained in the 14 crore slot, but they've taken him for 16. Same is with Hardik Pandya. Hardik Pandya as a third pick would have been in the 11 crore slot, but you are paying him 5.4.35, and Rohit has taken a massive pay cut. He has taken a pay cut. So Mumbai Indians ke is retention say they'll have a lot of money that will get cut from their purse, which is huge. It would be very huge for them. And Tilak Verma at 8 crores, which is again 5th pick. I think very good choice, and they'll probably take an uncapped player in RTM, which could very well be a Nehal Vadera or Namandhir.
Absolutely. And Rohit Sharma, I think this is a big news. Rohit Sharma has taken a pay cut, 16.30 crores, 18 crore का bracket है अगर आप 4th player retain करते हैं. I'll repeat, Jasprit Bumrah के 18 crore, Surya Hardik के 16.35, Rohit का 16.3 and then 8 crore में Tilak Verma. चेन्नई सुपर किंग्स की retention भी आ चुकी है. Current captain Ruturaj Gaikwad 18 crore, Mathisha Pathirana 13 crore, Shivam Dube 12 crore, Ravindra Jadeja is back 18 crore, and MS Dhoni, the uncapped player. I mean, this will always feel weird to me. MS Dhoni, the uncapped player. India
but the biggest surprise for me is Shivam Dube. They have retained Shivam Dube and they've given him 12 crores. That is on the third slot, 11 crore ka hota hai. Usme 1 crore they let go of because they want to retain somebody like a Shivam Dube, which is again, nobody saw this coming, to be honest.
Absolutely.
I mean, we were all thinking ki 3 ya 4 hoga. Again, one of the shockers is Ruturaj Gaikwad, Matish Patrana, Shivam Dube again, big shocker.
Ravindra Jadeja 18 crore. He's retired from T20I internationals. His T20 game, he's a good T20I player, still did, but that form is declining. 18 crore.
But they still see value in him. I don't think it is justified. I really don't think it is justified. But then again, they see some value in him. He was the one who won them the IPL trophy with the bat. So they still see a lot of value in him. MS Dhoni at 4 crore was something that we knew it was going to happen.
MS Dhoni is officially here.
But to see it is very weird. It is very weird to see that.
MS Dhoni is officially here. He will play IPL 2025. पिछले एक साल से हर महीने सेम क्वेश्चन पूछा जा रहा है. Will Dhoni return? As Dhoni played his last game, RCB चेन्नई की जो मैच था पिछले IPL में, farewell धोनी का आखिरी मैच, क्या ये हो सकता है? बहुत सवाल उठे थे. But now I think it has been laid to rest. MS Dhoni will play IPL 2025. Uncapped में retain हुए हैं 4 करोड़ रुपए में. लेकिन ऋतुराज गायकवाड़ 18 करोड़, the current captain.
And Ravindra Jadeja at 18 also.
This is, I think, Ravindra Jadeja और शिवम दुबे दो बहुत shocking चीजें हैं जो CSK के retention से निकल के आ रही हैं. We'll talk about Kolkata Knight Riders. They are here. This is an interesting. You see, Kolkata Knight Riders. Rinku Singh is the top retention.
But 13 crores. This dynamic is going to take a lot of time to figure out.
12 crore. Rinku Singh top retention 13 crore. Varun Chakravarti 12 crore. Sunil Narayan stays 12 crore. Andre Russell stays 12 crore.
And two uncapped players.
And Ramandeep Singh 4 crore.
Very good buy. Very good buy. This Harshit Rana and Ramandeep Singh aapne 4 crore mein le liya hai, which is absolutely great. Which essentially means is that whatever money that you are spending extra on a Varun Chakravarti, Sunil Narayan, Andre Russell, in दो cap players से आपका वो even out हो जाएगा. Which is again fantastic. Again, something we were discussing कि Andre Russell और Sunil Narayan तो होंगे ही होंगे. So would be
Andre Russell, Sunil Narayan, Varun Chakravarti, Rinku Singh had to be the number.
Had to be number one. But then again, no Shreyas Iyer.
Official Shreyas Iyer
is
जिन्होंने
in the auction.
पिछला कैप्टेंसी में आपको IPL जिताया है. आपके IPL विनिंग कैप्टन भी आपके साथ नहीं है. आपके IPL विनिंग मेंटर भी आपके साथ नहीं है. It's a major shift for KKR. Shreyas Iyer नहीं है. गौतम गंभीर मेंटर नहीं है. A huge shocker. Let's now talk about Delhi Capitals. बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है.
Akshar Patel at 16.5 crore, Kuldeep Yadav at 13.25 as a second pick, Tristan Stubb at 10 crores, and the uncapped player Abhishek Porel at 4 crores. So in essence, we are looking at a complete overhaul here for DC. Definite overhaul. Rishabh Pant officially gets into the auction.
I can see 25 crores, minimum 25 crore. Rishabh Pant ने tweet किया था कुछ टाइम पहले, if I go into the auction कितने में
मिलेगा. And Ricky Ponting would be eyeing him like anything. So big news. Rishabh Pant is out of DC and he will enter the auction pool and again, by the time that auction ends, he probably would break that IPL existing, record of Mitchell Starc there.
Absolutely. Akshar Patel 16.5 crore, Kuldeep Yadav 13.25 crore, Tristan Stubbs 10 crore, Abhishek Porel 4 crore. So Jake Fraser McGurk नहीं retain किए गए.
Could be an RTM.
बिल्कुल could be an RTM.
Prithvi Shaw, of course, no surprises there. They would have released him. I don't think they'll buy him back as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's move on to the next team now. Gujarat Titans. Rashid Khan 18 करोड़, ये तो बहुत टाइम से बात चल रही थी. Rashid Khan 18 करोड़, कैप्टन शुभमन गिल has taken a pay cut 16.5 करोड़, Sai Sudarshan 8.5 करोड़, Rahul Tewatia and Shahrukh Khan, two uncapped players, 4 crore. How do you see this breakup for Gujarat Titans?
On expected lines, this was something that we were also hearing that Rashid Khan would be their first pick. Shubman Gill at 16.5 crore taking a pay cut. Look, but then again, he will be the captain. So I think the management, whatever talks they have had to build a brand around him, that has been fruitful, to be honest. And Sai Sudarshan was one of their most consistent players, so retaining him was the logical choice there. But 8.5 crores again on that 11 crore bracket. So a lot of teams, what we are seeing is that are not sticking to that slots. They are, they have done a lot of backroom breakups there, but then again they will end up losing a lot of money, lot of purse as they go into the auction. Rahul Tewatia and Shah Rukh Khan, both uncapped players at 4 crore, is again a terrific choice for Gujarat Titans. Rahul Tewatia played all the matches for Gujarat Titans. Again, very impactful innings that he plays. Comes into bat when there are like 2 or 3 overs left. Doesn't bowl enough of his quota of overs as well. But then again, they are sticking with him. Shah Rukh Khan is kind of an enigma where you see potential in him. He plays a lot of domestic cricket, has so much hype in domestic cricket that has not translated into IPL. But then again, I think they do see something in him, or they do have some different kind of a role. One of the biggest misses in Gujarat Titans is probably not retaining a David Miller and Mohammad Shami. That's a big decision to make. Could be an RTM either on David Miller. Right now they could only RTM only one player. It could be a Mohammad Shami, it could be a David Miller, meaning either one of those guys are going into the auction pool. And again, auction pool is going to be crazy with Mohammad Shami, David Miller, Rishabh Pant, Shreyas Iyer. Wow.
Oh my God, what ऑक्शन पे ही अपना इतना ध्यान जाएगा फैंस का, क्योंकि इतने बड़े प्लेयर्स ऑक्शन में हैं. लेट्स टॉक अबाउट LSG हियर. Nicholas Pooran, 21 crore
wow,
to
21
Nicholas
crore.
Pooran. That is huge amount. Ravi Bishnoi 11 crore. Mayank Yadav 11 crore. Mohsin Khan and Ayush Badoni are the two uncapped players. 4 crore. Reports आ गई थी. Nicholas Pooran कोलकाता जा चुके हैं, साइन हो चुके हैं, वो भी हो गया है. No KL Rahul, it's official.
No KL Rahul is there, and unexpected lines. But Mayank Yadav 11 crores, a potential पे जितना भी आप कर ले, what for 3 matches, 4 matches, he's going to break down. I don't know what they are seeing in him in terms of match fitness. कि आप पूरा match कैसे खिला, पूरा season आप इस बंदे को कैसे खिलाएंगे to invest 11 crores in him. That's a big surprise for me. I did not think they'll give him. Maybe I thought RTM करेंगे या तो release कर देंगे. But again, they have taken a big punt on Mayank Yadav. And at the third slot, 11 crore is pretty much there. Ravi Bishnoi at the second slot, that is, they will have 3 crores cut from their purse because they've retained Ravi Bishnoi in 11. Mohsin Khan and Ayush Badoni, again, very much similar to Gujarat Titans. They have tried to even out that purse by adding 2 uncapped players. And of course, Ayush Badoni is coming off a very good Delhi Premier League. He's been in and around. Was part of the emerging Asia Cup for the Indian team as well. Has been on the fringes. Has been looking a really good player. Mohsin Khan was out of injury for a long time, but again, a left arm pacer is at a premium, so they are investing in him. So good to see the investment part of it. And again, an overall in terms of LSG letting go of KL Rahul, which was on the cards, but the big question mark would be on them in terms of captaincy. Nicholas Pooran has been the West Indies international captain, T20 captain, so maybe the owners would go back on Nicholas Pooran from here on, but they'll have to start from scratch. I mean, there's no Marcus Stoinis here. That is one of the biggest names. No Marcus Stoinis here. Could be an RTM, but that could prove to be a very expensive RTM. Big RTM there. Marcus Stoinis के पीछे again fast bowling all rounder हार्दिक पांडे के बाद अगर कोई इस impactful all rounder है तो वो Marcus Stoinis ही होगा. But that RTM is, I think, going to cost LSG if they decide to go with Marcus Stoinis to buy him back at the auction if their strategy.
शगुन का झाड़ू या पूजा का कोई भी सामान, बिग बास्केट डिलीवर्स इन 10 मिनट्स. 10 मिनट्स दिवाली लिट.
कब के किसको कितना कैसे मिलेगा, जरूरी नहीं है आप 18, 14, 11 पे रहे. बट दिस अनदर बिग रिटेंशन लिस्ट है. राजस्थान रॉयल्स, जो मैंने कहा मेरा सबसे बड़ा सवाल है. I'll tell you the list and then I'll put the big question beneath here. Sanju Samson 18 crore, Yashasvi Jaiswal 18 crore, Riyan Parag 14 crore, Dhruv Jurel 14 crore, Shimran Hetmar 11 crore and Sandeep Sharma 4 crore. हम सोच रहे थे चाहल और अश्विन में से किसको लेंगे. इन्होंने आरटीएम का ऑप्शन भी नहीं छोड़ा है. इन्होंने 6 प्लेयर्स रिटेन किया and there's no Yuzvendra Chahal. Will RR be the next RCB? Will they regret letting go of Yuzvendra Chahal?
It's very difficult. Ashwin or Yuzvendra Chahal, how could you let go? But that is how the team dynamics is. But Shimran Hetmyer at 11 crore, I don't know. I mean, Shimran Hetmyer को आप auction में अगर लेते, I would say that he would have आपको उसको 5-6 करोड़ में वो मिल सकते हैं, वो वैसे प्लेयर हैं शिमरन हेटमायर, बट टू बैंक ऑन हिम it's a very, I don't know. Yeah, this could be a decision that they might regret letting go of both Ashwin and Yuzvendra Chahal. But big ups for somebody like a Dhruv Jurel. You know, to back him and to have him at 14 crores is just fantastic. Sanju Samson, आपके पास already wicketkeeper batter है. Dhruv Jurel adds that dimension to it. It's amazing that Dhruv Jurel has got 14. But Sandeep Sharma at 4, again, we are forgetting the fact that he's also an uncapped player because his last international was 5 years back. There was as many as 9 players who were uncapped, Indian players who had played in the Indian team, but they have not played with a gap of 5 years. So again, very interesting pick. Sandeep Sharma, again, I mean, you look at the stats, he's his value for money in that manner. आपको वो 4 over upfront दे देते हैं, wickets भी निकालते हैं. So it's a big punt they played, and again with that Sandeep Sharma retention, they probably have tried to even out their purse as well. That could be one of the reasons. But it's a good retention. But yeah, big surprise here is probably Shimran Hetmeyer. Josh Butler is missing. Josh Butler के पास आपके पास RPM नहीं है. RPM बिल्कुल भी नहीं होगा आपके पास.
Josh Butler नहीं है, Trent Bolt नहीं है, Yuzvendra Chahal नहीं है,
Ravichandran Ashwin नहीं है. It's going to be a big miss. Josh Butler again, another 5th captaincy option that goes into the IPL auction. Captaincy तो भरमार होगी auction में. पूरी भरमार रहेगी.
Josh Butler, I think this will take some time to digest. Moving on to the next team here.
Wow.
I don't know what Royal Challengers Bangalore, Virat Kohli is taking 21 crore rupees. 18 का slab है, 3 crore ऊपर और लिए जा रहे हैं. Rajat Patidar, I think a good retention, 11 crore. Yash Dayal, 5 crore, a very 5 crore. Yash Dayal is not an uncapped, मतलब 5 crore से एक ऊपर उनको दिया है यश दयाल को. 21
he is an uncapped
player.
He
is an uncapped player, पर 1 crore ऊपर दिया है. मैं ये कह रहा हूँ 1 crore ऊपर दिया है यश दयाल को. But Virat Kohli, 21 crore, is it a sign that he is leading the side now? और responsibility ली है तो budget भी बड़ा है. Do you think this is a sign of it?
वो 3 करोड़ कैप्टनसी के गए हैं.
कैप्टनसी
के 3 करोड़ गए हैं विराट कोहली के, but at 21 crores that is huge. I mean, yeah, you knew Virat Kohli was going to be retained at 18 crores, but 21, which pretty much clears the case that RCB are not looking for any captaincy option in the pool. They are pretty much certain that Virat Kohli is the one who would lead this side. Rajat Patidar, I was somebody who was always saying that Rajat Patidar को ये लेंगे because he's one of those players जो at least in the Indian setup who plays spin really well, and spin not, I'm not saying in the longer format, but as an impactful hitter against spin bowling in the T20I format, even though his form has not been the greatest. I mean, test team से भी वो जगह नहीं बना पाए थे, but then again he is good value in terms of that middle order. And Yash Dayal was somebody they didn't want to let go of, and again because he was uncapped, they could easily would have been able to even out that purse. So they'll go into the auction pool with a lot of money, and they have the option of retaining a Glenn Maxwell by RTMing him, or a Cameron Green. There's a Will Jacks also, Anuj Rawat. I mean, yeah, you could see they utilizing all of their 3 RTMs, very lavishly, so to speak.
Yeah, but now let's move on to Punjab Kings here. You were talking about there's a chance that no retention. They have 2 retentions, very low budget and a good retention. एक तो शशांक सिंह जिन्होंने पिछले सीजन में आग लगा दी थी, कुछ मैचेस खेले थे, but the way he batted in that season, I think 5.5 crore rupees for Shashank Singh over here. And the next retention for them is Prabh Simran Singh at 4 crore. दोनों uncapped player है. अर्शदीप सिंह नहीं है. RTM यूज हो सकता है उनके लिए, जरूर होगा, मुझे तो लगता है पंजाब जरूर करेगी, but they are going into the auction bid 110.5 crore rupees. Ricky Ponting, the mind behind this, क्या planning लग रही है?
Planning is simple. Wipe the slate clean. As simple as that. Prabh Simran Singh, Punjab के साथ associated हैं. He was an opener for one season, came down at number 3, but they have backed him a lot. So I think this is more of the management taking a decision that we want to retain that guy more than Ricky Ponting having his say. Shashank Singh again was a gun player, impactful player. अब second season में कैसे दिखते हैं, that would be interesting. But Arshdeep Singh, for me, the biggest surprise. But as I said earlier in the show itself, I did not see Arshdeep Singh or any team looking at Arshdeep Singh and putting him a value of 18 crores there. So it could very well be the case that he would be RTM'd at the auctions, and yeah, he won't go beyond the 10 crore mark, or even 7 or 8 crore mark. So they'll look to RTM. Essentially, Punjab Kings has 4 RTMs that they can use, and pretty much they will probably use it on Arshdeep, and then they'll have this big purse to go gung ho with their shopping list, and Rishabh Pant could very well be number 1 on that list, because only maybe a Punjab and RCB has the biggest purse, and RCB I don't think are going for a Rishabh Pant. So it is very well PBK as Rishabh Pant heading PBK's route with Ricky Ponting to reunite with him. So very good decision by Punjab Kings, because they anyway had to look for an overhaul, and in Shashank and in Prabh Singh, both uncapped players, they've got enough purse left to buy really big at the auctions.
Yeah, absolutely. As of now, which is the most shocking retention or release for you? कि यार ये मैंने expect नहीं किया था. Is it Yuzvendra Chahal not being there, Shreyas Iyer being let go, Rishabh Pant being let go, official, क्योंकि अब सब official हो चुका है. So I think we can talk officially now कि अब reports नहीं है, कुछ rumor नहीं है कि शायद होगा. हमारे पास we have the exact number of players who are retained, किस प्राइस में हुआ है. आपके लिए सबसे शॉकिंग क्या है?
The biggest shocking retention for me is probably Shivam Dube at 12 crore by CSK, which again I really don't see that kind of value in Shivam Dube. But then again, it is CSK; they have backed him under MS Dhoni. Shivam Dube really transformed his career, so to speak. So it is more of Dhoni pushing it. Maybe he was with RCB. He was 10% of what the player he is right now. So backing on him, it's a good thing for him personally. But then again, I don't see the kind of players that they could have retained. Somebody like a Devin Conway, they had a Rachin Ravindra. ये सब लोग इनके दिमाग में आए होंगे. But to go ahead with Shivam Dube, the plans would have been there as a finisher. So again, for me, that is probably one of the shocking retentions, so to speak, from CSK lineup. One of the shocking releases for me is. It's very hard, because we knew about Rishabh Pant. We had an inkling about KL Rahul. We also knew something was brewing for Shreyas Iyer. But if I have to pinpoint one player that I thought may not get released, for me from GT, it was Mohammad Shami.
Okay.
I never thought that GT is going to release Mohammad Shami.
Fitness is an issue.
Even though fitness is an issue, but he's been dealing with the fitness issues for a long time. But he came in, his bowled his 4 overs. He was very impactful.
हॉलिडे विद बेस्टीज या वो डायमंड ज्वेलरी. मैडम, रिटायर भी तो होना है अर्ली.
कौन सा सपना स्किप करूं?
मैडम,
स्किप नहीं सिप करो.
सपने स्किप नहीं, सिप करो.
मतलब
SIP के साथ.
कैसे?
जितने सपने उतनी SIP. जैसे सपने वैसी SIP. Simply visit kotakmf.com/MrSIP और सीखो SIP के साथ कैसे हो सकते हैं आपके सपने पूरे सिस्टमैटिकली.
और आप?
म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है. योजना से जुड़े सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें.
This Diwali, we celebrate love, light, and the inspiring journey of bold dreams that brighten our world. Here's to the journey of every visionary. We offer stays where ideas flourish and innovation comes alive. Here's to the journey of every entrepreneur and to endless creativity and passion. At Bloom, we are proud to be part of your journey. From late night brainstorming to early morning planning, we are here to support you while you bloom to your best.
Abhishek Sharma in an IPL auction is an easy 18 crore.
I don't know easy 18 crore because the value that you get out of an Abhishek Sharma, I mean, only SRH has managed to do that so far. So in that sense, I would say 14 crore is very good for him. They've actually opted for him as a second pick, as per the graphics that we are seeing. As a second pick at 14, Travis Head at 14. So I mean, if you talk about settling between both these two, I think it's Travis Head who has settled here, and Abhishek Sharma would be more than happy with the 14 crore here.
I still believe even though auction में जाते तो शायद ज़्यादा मिलता, because he the kind of especially what he did in the previous IPL along with Travis Head. I think both of them settled, but Henry Classen 23
But
crore.
इसमें interesting thing ये है SRH में Pat Cummins the first pick is 18, which is fine. Abhishek Sharma 14 again, which is fine. Nitish Reddy at 6 crore, which is he's been put in that 11 crore bracket, so that is 5 crores gone. Heinrich Classen at 18, you are giving an extra 5, that is 10 gone. Travis Head at 14, that is at 11, that is another 3, so that is 5, 5, 10, 13 crores आपके per se बिल्कुल cut हो जाएंगे. And one of our cricket colleagues was mentioning this, Harshad Best, he was saying that if that amount of purse is getting away from you, might as well give it to the player, right?
Yeah,
but then again, here is what the dynamics is. Somebody like an Henry Classen said, I'm not going to settle at 18. Somebody else had to, and here it is Nitish Kumar Reddy, who ideally should have been 11 crore pick, but he's been given only 6 crore here.
Yeah. So basically, Classen took that leap of faith.
Yeah.
Okay, I will go for 20 plus crores. So if you want, you can give me more than 20, 23. I'll stay. Travis Head didn't take that leap of faith. उनको वो नहीं था, उनको था कि यार शायद ना मिले उतना. अभिषेक शर्मा को भी था शायद ना मिले उतना. तो it's better to have a safe bet. Stay at SRH, take 14 करोड़, वो तो मिलेंगे ही मिलेंगे. अगर हम ऑक्शन में जाए कहीं 10 करोड़ में सेटल हो जाए, 11 में हो जाए, why to take less? Classen thought कि यार मुझे मिल जाएंगे easily 20
easily,
plus.
of course,
23 or I'll go into the auction, which as I said, it's a huge leap of faith.
But now interestingly, let's look at the purse remaining. Purse remaining for all the teams, and quite interestingly, Kolkata Knight Riders has 63 crores. उनके में भी काफी chip and chop हुआ था in terms of the slots. उन्होंने काफी changes किए थे. Sunrisers Hyderabad are left with only 45 crores because of this dynamic that we were discussing right now. Chennai Super Kings has a healthy a purse of 65. Mumbai Indians at 55 crores. Royal Challengers Bangalore with just 3 retentions, 83. It's a good purse. They can build a very strong team around it, but nothing, everything dwarfs with what Punjab Kings has. 110.5 crores. I mean, 120 ke budget mein, I mean, it is insane. They can go over.
Punjab is known for it too.
And interestingly, Punjab is the one team that can spoil the party, spoil the auction strategy for every other team. They are famous
for it. Every auction they come with a huge purse, and they end up getting very few random players. I mean, I don't know what's Punjab.
But the least amount of purse that a team that will go in with is Rajasthan Royals, which is quite interesting because Mumbai Indians should be at 45. Rajasthan Royals at 41 because छह लोग भी तो हैं. 6 log, they won't have any RTMs when they go into the auction. They are just going to buy. They'll have to buy players at the auction, as simple as that. Gujarat Titans at 69 and LSG at 69 crore, which is at par. They can build a strong unit around it. MI at 45. So yeah, Punjab Kings at 110 crore purse. And again, Rajasthan Royals the least with only 41 crores. I mean, it was 41 में they can't even RTM a Josh Butler or an Ashwin or a Chahal. They can't even do that. They cannot even afford to RTM all the 3 players that they let go of, which would be very, very interesting.
My decision might come back to haunt them because they would love to have RTM here with Josh Butler, Yuzvendra Chahal. I mean, how can you let go of Yuzvendra Chahal? This is something that will boggle me for the next 2 to 3 days. This will obviously disturb me. This is the thing because I follow RCB and I know the regret that RCB has of letting go of Yuzvendra Chahal and RR. I think RR will have the same over here. But now that we are talking about the purse, ऑक्शन में हमने ये बात की बहुत बड़े बड़े खिलाड़ी आ चुके हैं. अब ऋषभ पंत ऑक्शन में है, श्रेयस अय्यर ऑक्शन में है, केएल राहुल ऑक्शन में है, युजवेंद्र चाहल ऑक्शन में है, रविचंद्रन अश्विन ऑक्शन में है, बहुत जॉस बटलर ऑक्शन में है. मैं सोच के वो हो रहा है. नाउ जिनके पास एक डिसेंट पर्स है वो किसी बड़े प्लेयर के लिए नहीं जा सकते. I think that's out because
that's simply out. That is simply out.
20-25 crore into one player, then how will you build the rest of your team?
The one player that we probably missed out, who has been released, is the current record holder of the most expensive buy, which is Mitchell Starc. He's been let go of.
No, that for him, I personally feel I don't even know if he'll play the next IPL.
So let's look at the 5 big names that have been let go of, which is essentially Jake Fraser-McGurk, the kind of impact that he had for Delhi Capitals. I mean, insane. I mean, you're comparing him with David Warner with just 2 or 3 innings. So letting go of him could be one of the biggest misses for DC, but they will try to RTM him, but that is not going to be an easy RTM or be a a cheap RTM. It would be quite expensive. Another name that is again an opener, wicketkeeper batter is Phil Salt. For KKR, he was one of the vital cogs to give that initial start. So he's also in the auction. Again, would be very interesting who wants to pick him. Everybody would want to pick him. And I do have a gut feeling that he would be a value for a bargain price, bargain pick. He won't not go for big monies, but very less. Lot of big players, but he could give you all the value for the money that you can buy him. And then again, the other name that we talked about was Marcus Stoinis. Again, he would be a very, very big player in that all-rounder bracket when it comes up. Pace bowling all-rounder, and that too is somebody who can change his game. You saw in Lucknow most of the times they play at the Akana Stadium, which is slow and low, and even there Marcus Stoinis had an impact. So that's a big boost for somebody like a Marcus Stoinis, and he would be one of the biggest guys who could go big at the auction. And then of course there is Mitchell Starc, as Kanav you mentioned, ki lag to nahi raha ki ab utna value milega, but then again for somebody who was bought for 23.5 crores or something, to let him go immediately after that, and especially you are the team that won the IPL trophy, it's quite baffling. So yeah, of course 5 names definitely are there, and of course one name is Rachin Ravindra. Of course Rachin Ravindra.
वाह, इस पे तो दिल आ गया यार, पर ये तो अदिति का है ना। मेरा था, अब हमारा है। त्योहार के खास गहने जिनसे दिल कभी ना भरे। इंद्रिया आदित्य बिरला ज्वेलरी।
What my gut feeling says, Rachin Ravindra would be an ideal fit for somebody like a Royal Challengers Bangalore that won down.
I mean, there could be, yes. Obviously, it's a big base, and there are a lot of other players.
Other big names,
and these are the overseas 5 overseas players who have missed out. Along with them, the other players are Josh Butler, Sam Curran, एक all-rounder वो Punjab captain, Mitchell Marsh.
DC,
fitness is an issue with him. At times he misses a lot of matches. Jofra Archer again fitness issues. Quinton de Kock now. Big name. It's a big, even in the IPL circuit, it's a big name. ये नहीं है कि South Africa के runs हैं, IPL के भी काफी runs हैं. Kagiso Rabada and Wanindu Hasaranga.
I mean, whenever he has been in the auction, he has gone for big money. And again here, imagine this: Wanindu Hasaranga, Yajuvendra Chahal, Ravichandran Ashwin, all coming in that spinner bracket. आप किसको लोगे? आप किस पे कितना पैसा लगाओगे आप?
There are a lot of players that have gone into the auction, और वो बहुत interesting होने वाला auction कि कैसे हर टीम की क्या strategy होगी. Let's do a quick recap. हर टीम का quick recap और discussion. We'll start with Mumbai Indians. Jasprit Bumrah 18 crore, Surya Kumar Yadav 16.35 crore, Hardik Pandya 16.35 crore, Rohit Sharma 16.30 crore, and Tilak Verma 8 crore. Remaining purse है Mumbai Indians का 45 crore. अब your thoughts on Mumbai Indians overall? Anything you have to say, you need to add, do you think auction में ये strategy हो सकती है, कोई player add कर सकते हैं, कुछ भी?
Only the name that I can think of here is RTM. They will RTM one of the uncapped players. इस strategy से मेरे को इतना idea लग रहा है कि they have let go of Ishan Kishan. They are not going to look back at Ishan Kishan. But then again, the biggest factor is you look at there's only Jasprit Bumrah. Last season भी यही हुआ था. Jasprit Bumrah was the lone bright spot in that bowling department. Yes, somebody like Akash Madhwal or somebody else chipped in, but they'll have to look for a ideal partner for Jasprit Bumrah. I'm not saying partner in terms of a pace bowler, but as a bowler who is probably not at the level of Bumrah, but at least can support. If Bumrah is not there, or if you want to have Bumrah not bowling, you need to look at somebody else. Maybe a Trent Bolt comeback, maybe a Kagiso Rabada, I don't know. But this is again very much the top 4 retentions or 4 out of 5 retentions are all batters. Hardik Pandya bowling karte hain, nahi karte, impact hoga. But you have a Surya Kumar Yadav, Rohit Sharma, and Hardik Pandya. You are not left with many choices. So that is what my thing here. Ki I don't see Tim David being retained in this setup. So they'll look for bowlers. They'll have to look for a spinner, a bargain by spinner, because it is Mumbai. One name that comes to my mind is probably Manas Sutar of Delhi. That could be one player. But yeah, Tilak Verma, they were not going to let go of. Naman Dheer or Nehal Vadera or Akash Madhwal, they'll probably use the RTM on in at least one of these players, and they probably will look to buy all the other bits and bits of players. So
they'll also have to buy a wicket keeper. There's no Ishan Kishan.
They look for a wicket keeper, of course.
They need a
Yes,
wicket.
maybe a Jitesh Sharma. Jitesh Sharma, could come in cheap. They could go back to a former Mumbai Indians player like Quinton de Kock. They could go back to him as well.
There's a chance. Do you think?
Or another MI former player, Josh Butler. They can go back to him as well.
Yeah, but the budget is limited.
Budget is very limited. So in that budget, I think somebody like a Jitesh Sharma could be a very good buy here for them.
Tilak over Ishan is a good.
I think yes. Tilak Verma adds a lot of depth to that batting. Ishan Kishan, for all the the flamboyance that he has, is very one-dimensional, so to speak. Tilak Verma is somebody who, at a middle order, he can be what you call a very holding factor there, who can score runs quickly. If the team is in strife, he can really absorb that pressure as well, and we have seen him do that. So maybe that is one reason why they picked Tilak Verma over an Ishan Kishan.
Yeah. I mean, this could be the reason that Tilak Verma brings a lot to the table. Next team is Delhi Capitals. I'll no Rishabh Pant, and this will always baffle me here. Akshar Patel 16.5 crore, Kuldeep Yadav 13.25 crore, Tristan Stubbs 10 crore, Abhishek Porel 4 crore, remaining purse 76.25 crore for Delhi Capitals. Your thoughts?
Yeah, Akshar Patel was very much on the cards. Kuldeep Yadav was very much on the cards, but Tristan Stubbs at 10 crore was the name that was floating around. But then again, he's a very hard-hitting player. Someone in the mold of, I would say, someone in the mold of a Heinrich Classen who can change the game in the middle order. So it's a very good pick. Abhishek Porel is somebody that I thought, why they are putting him. The first time that he came in, I think he came in the middle of the season as a replacement for somebody, is what I believe. Did not really show that kind of promise, but at 4 crore, it's again uncapped. They are trying to they have seen something in him. So in that way, it is good. But to let go of somebody like a Mitchell Marsh and Jake Fraser McGurk is a big thing. I thought they would probably go for Jake Fraser McGurk ahead of Tristan Stubbs, but they have opted not to. They would have added a Jake Fraser McGurk here, because they have only 4 retentions, so they could have easily added a Fraser McGurk here. But again, they don't see the value in McGurk at 11 crore, 14 crore. But agar RTM ke liye jaate hain, to you'll probably have to shell out more. So I don't really like the retention list here of Delhi Capitals, but Akshar was on the cards. Rishabh Pant, as we mentioned, it's not of the management's decision to release him. It was probably Rishabh Pant saying that I want to go, so they had no choice there. But apart from that, not an ideal retention list, so to speak, and no out and out bowlers or pacers. Anrik Norke is one of the names that is missing here, even though he hasn't had the best of international form. But when it comes to Delhi Capitals, he did have that pace factor with him. And Prithvi Shaw, again, one of those potential names. We knew that he's not going to be retained because of the kind of form that he's in, kind of disciplinary issues, fitness issues that he has had. But then again, it's a wake-up call for somebody like him. But to stick to Delhi Capitals, I really don't think this is a retention list that I like.
Yeah, I mean, I'll always back with. Obviously, if Rishabh Pant was the one to say that I want to leave, then I don't blame DC for it. But if it was the other way around, I don't think that's a good decision to do. But 76.25 crore ka budget Delhi Capitals ka hai, and they'll go into the auction with 76.25 crore. Next is KKR. I think when we talked about KKR, we said that they did well. They divided well. They have a good core. Rinku Singh, Varun Chakravarti, Sunil Narayan, Andre Russell, Harshit Ram, Ramandeep Singh. Rinku takes 13. Varun takes 12, Sunil takes 12, Andre Russell takes 12, Harshit and Ramandeep take 4 crore each. They have 63 crore left. They have let go of their IPL winning captain Shreyas Iyer. They don't have their IPL winning mentor Gautam Gambhir. What do you think about this?
God's plan. That's what I think of it. God's plan. Rinku Singh at 13 crore. Who would have thought Rinku Singh being KKR's first choice pick? But that's how the retention dynamics seem to work. I mean, he was somebody who did not even get enough games last season. Yeah. I mean, we were discussing that last season KKR's top order did so well that Rinku Singh did not have enough batting time in the middle, that he missed the bus for the T20 World Cup. Yeah. This is the discussion that we were having, and here you have the guy at 13 crores as your number one pick. So definitely KKR see a lot of value in him, and of course that brand loyalty is also there. No, you now associate a Rinku Singh with KKR. Absolutely. Because he's been with them for such a long time. So that money is also because of that loyalty factor also.
And those 5 6s.
Those those 5 6s as well.
From colors to candles, from diyar to dusters, Big Basket delivers in 10 minutes. 10 minutes, Diwali lit.
Indian greats, T20 legends are not at the peak of their form, but their peak is always there when it comes to impactful performances. But here the interesting thing is Harshit Rana and Ramandeep Singh. Ramandeep Singh at 4 crore is I would say a very calculated gamble, because you are looking at Ramandeep Singh to be the next Andre Russell for the next 2, 3, 4 years. So it bodes so really well for them. Harshit Rana, again, I thought once Gambhir is out of the setup, they could let go of Harshit Rana, but they have not. But then again, he is one of your promising young Indian bowlers. So for the next 2-3 years, this is one bowler that could be, leading the pack in terms of young Indian fast bowlers. And if you have the opportunity, if you have somebody in your team like that, why do you not want to retain him? A mistake they did with Shubman Gill by letting go of Shubman Gill. The future of Indian cricket, so much was talked about him, but out of the blue, they let go of him. He went to GT. I think that's one decision that they probably, Venki Mysore, might regret. This, I think, is on those lines where he wants to say, this is the future. We want to bet on him. And the good thing was, he was not capped. He was still uncapped, so 4 crore, easy buy. I think Gautam Gambhir did Venki Mysore a favor here by not handing out a debut in the Bangladesh, I think the Sri Lanka series or the Bangladesh Test or others.
If you are thinking of Harshit Rana and Ramandeep Singh, if you are still confused, Harshit Rana will be traveling to Australia with the India squad for BJT. Ramandeep Singh will be traveling to South Africa with the India squad for the T20I. So these two are India potentials now. They are still uncapped, but they are very close to being a capped Indian players. लेकिन जब तक रिटेंशन हुई है तब तक अनकैप्ड है. बढ़िया 4-4 करोड़ में केकेआर ने अपने पास रख लिया. वैसा आजम ऑक्शन चलेंगे, मजा आएगा. ये स्ट्रैटेजी केकेआर ने अपनाई है. लेट्स मूव ऑन to the next team, the Chennai Super Kings, 5-time IPL winners. Ruturaj Gaikwad at the top, the current CSK captain, 18 crore. Matisha Patirana, great bowler, 13 crore. Shivam Dube, as Vineet said, a big question mark, 12 crore. Ravindra Jadeja, again 18 crore, which I personally believe it's not worth it, 18 crore for Ravindra Jadeja. MS Dhoni, the uncapped Indian player, 4 crore. He is back. He's not going anywhere. One more season. Well, we'll go season by season. One more season for MS Dhoni. They have only 55 crore left in the purse. तो अगर तो CSK fans ऋषभ पंत का सपना देख रहे थे तो वो छोड़ दे. 2 रीजन की वजह से. एक तो 55 करोड़, दूसरा अगर आप गायकवाड को 18 करोड़ दे रहे हो तो आपके कैप्टन.
Okay, captain. Of course, I mean that is what is very much clear that they are going to that route. There could have been discussions where an MS Dhoni or somebody would have wanted Rishabh Pant there, but it did not have worked out, and hence the reason why. Shivam Dube comes in at INR 12 crore because they saw that Rishabh Pant ने उनको value उस price पे वो नहीं आ रहे हैं. But for me, as you mentioned, Ravindra Jadeja, and retired international player, you are still punting 18 crores on him. If you had let him go or at the auction, you could have probably got him at much less than 18 crores. MS Dhoni at 4 crore, even things out. But then again, Shivam Dube and Ravindra Jadeja seem to be dubious kind of retentions for me.
Yeah, and personally, I think many would not agree, but MS Dhoni continuing in the IPL is a big question mark for me, because I have personally seen him during the IPL last year when I was in the stadium. He was limping. His knee was, obviously he knows his fitness better than anybody else in the world. उनको पता है कि वो खेल रहे हैं तो किसी रीजन से खेल रहे हैं. But I think impact player जो हम दुबे के लिए कह रहे हैं ना, वो धोनी के लिए भी बहुत बार यूज होने वाला है.
होने तो वाला है. And one of the names that we are missing here, I think, is Sameer Rizvi. Another big uncapped player. Yeah. I think Shivam Dube के बदले आप Rizvi को भी लेते, I think that kind of an impact he would have given. But yeah, Shivam Dube but for his bowling as well, they are looking at him. But it's very hard to decipher why Shivam Dube ahead of somebody like Sameer Rizvi. You also had someone like a Daryl Mitchell, who's a proven performer. You have let go of Mustafizur Rahman. You have let go of Devon Convoy, Mitchell Santner. I mean,
we are talking about spinners who India ने जिसको मुतैया मुरलीधरन बनाया हुआ है, मिचेल सैंटनर, a left arm spinner. He was doing good on CSK wickets. Good decision.
I don't think so. This is one decision, as I mentioned, when you asked me about one of the shocking retentions.
Yeah.
This was the first name in my mind, and I think it is even Ravindra Jadeja. As we try to recap what these guys have done with terms of retention, Jadeja and Dubey could very well be the most. I wouldn't say shocking, but retentions that they might not really be happy with. Going down when it comes to the auctions.
Absolutely. I think they could have used an RTM on Shivam Dubey if needed. But yes, they'll be going in the auctions with 55 crore rupees in their purse. Next team here is Lucknow Super Giants. Nicholas Puran, 21 crore rupees. Looks like the captain. The price tag to keh raha hai.
Easily,
Ravi
yes.
Bishnoi, 11 crore. Mayank Yadav, 11 crore. Mohsin Khan, Ayush Dhoni, 4 crore. मेरा 69 करोड़ का पर्स है उनका ऑक्शन में जाने के लिए. मेरा एक सवाल है, मयंक यादव अ ग्रेट टैलेंट बट फिटनेस
Of course,
11 करोड़ वर्थ इट.
I don't think so. आपको उनसे कितने 2 या 3 या 4 मैच मिलेंगे? I don't know. I mean, how the BCCI Center for Excellence, the revamped NCA, they'll have to become, Dumbledore or Harry Potter here to really make him play the entire season. But it's a punt that they have taken.
Yeah.
But the big question mark remains KL Rahul, and they look at a captaincy option. It's very much simple that Nicholas Puran here. But look at the names that they have let go of. Rahul, of course, we have discussed. Quinton de Kock, we have discussed. Marcus Stoinis, Krunal Pandya, Naveen ul Haq, Devdutt Padikkal, is on fire, at this point in time. Shamar Joseph, they have let go of. Somebody like a Matt Henry, but yeah, सबको आप ले नहीं सकते थे. But quite interesting that they have let go of somebody like a Naveen ul Haq and Devdutt Padikkal and opted for a Mayank Yadav there. I would have put my money on Naveen ul Haq being retained more than Mayank Yadav there, because Naveen ul Haq was your go-to bowler with the ball, with the new ball at the death. If you wanted a breakthrough, he was your go-to bowler, very economical, and he never doesn't concede runs in bulk. Even if he does in 1 over, he'll come back and he will curtail that run rate. So Naveen ul Haq is probably a big miss here. Probably an RTM and Naveen ul Haq hai. Kitne RTMs kar sakte
I
hain?
think they've been tempted by the pace that Mayank Yadav brings.
Exactly,
That is the only thing that has stopped Mayank Yadav in the LSG only. It has not allowed him to go further than that. 69 crore rupees for LSG in the auction. Very interesting. क्या करेंगे कैप्टन तो निकोलस पुरन लग रहा है, पर क्या किसी और को भी देख सकते हैं, बहुत बड़ा सवाल है ये. We'll move on to the next team. The Royal Challengers Bengaluru, a big team without any trophy. हमेशा क्वेश्चन मार्क उठता है. विराट कोहली, किंग कोहली as he is called, 21 crore rupees. अपने 18 के उससे भी 3 करोड़ ऊपर लिए हैं. रिपोर्ट्स आ रही थी कि कैप्टनसी को हाँ कर दिया है. रजत पाटीदार 11 करोड़, यश दयाल 5 करोड़, 83 करोड़, डिसेंट पर्स. दे कैन गो फॉर अ बिग प्लेयर. एक बिग प्लेयर तो कम से कम ऋषभ पंत हो गया, केएल राहुल जो
I think they can go for 2 big players, because there are a lot of big players that they have let go of, including a Mohammad Siraj. Including a Mohammad Siraj, Virat Kohli's favorite India bowler. You are not looking at him. I mean, RTM on Mohammad Siraj, I'm not really sure. Lot of big names that they've let go of: Faf du Plessis, Will Jacks, Glenn Maxwell, Alzadi Joseph, Tom Curran, Loki Ferguson, Reece Topley, Cameron Green. That's a big,
हॅलो
फीचे पैसे नाही दिले तर परीक्षेला बसू नाही देणार आहे.
ऐकलंस का? महायुती सरकार आपल्याला वार्षिक 18,000 रुपये देणार आहे लाडकी बहीण योजनेअंतर्गत. हो खरंच.
महिलांना अधिकार, रयतेचे सरकार.
for Mohammad
I
Siraj with
think
RCB.
it's the end of the road for Siraj in RCB, or you never know, there could be emotional connect and he can come back. But if not Siraj, but is it the end of the road for Glenn Maxwell in RCB?
I think it should be. If it is not, I think it should be. It's done. It's done. I mean, the big show has to come to an end. So I think it's done for Glenn Maxwell. It will be interesting to see if somebody picks him up. My gut feeling is at the auction he might go unsold.
Yeah. That will be a big miss. But then again, when you have a lot of players in the auction, a lot of big players, there's a very high chance someone like Glenn Maxwell could go unsold. But RCB के management से एक statement आई है, and they have said that there was one player that we wanted to retain, that is Cameron Green, but he's unfortunately out of the IPL due to injury. Maybe Cameron Green ने वो message pass across कर दिया होगा कि I won't be available in the IPL next year. तो उसी के चलते आरसीबी ने कैमरन ग्रीन को रिटेन नहीं किया
Yeah, he recently had a surgery also, big
He'll be
surgery.
missing the
He's
BGT.
recuperating. He'll be missing the BGT. So that's again sensible call there. That agar Cameron Green, somebody of his capability, was fit and available, you would want to retain him.
Traded him at 16 crore from MI last season.
Yeah,
तो आप 16
right.
crore से किसी को ले रहे हो, you
So
have a
it's
week.
basically health issues and something which was not in RCB's hand as well. So yeah, you can give that away. Or so that is the case. So चौथा retention होता Cameron Green, most likely he would have been.
Would have been, but that gives RCB now 83 crores in their purse while going into the auction. So a good decent purse, as Vineet said, कि एक नहीं दो बड़े players के लिए भी जा सकते हैं, और बड़े players की तो बारिश है auction में, आप जितने उठा सके उठा ले. आपका चाहल है, बटलर है, केएल राहुल है, ऋषभ पंत है. I think the highest bid that will go, but 83 crores for RCB. Moving on to the next team, Punjab Kings पे अगर हम आ जाएं, शशांक सिंह, प्रभसिमरन सिंह, 2 अनकैप प्लेयर. शशांक को अपने अनकैप के कोटा से 1.5 करोड़ ऊपर दिया जा रहा है, प्रभसिमरन को पूरे 4 करोड़ दिया जा रहा है, और उनको तो 2-4 पर्स लगेंगे. पंजाब को 110.5 करोड़ है, वो बड़े बड़े बैग लेके आएंगे, वो लग रहा है, क्योंकि इतना पैसा है पंजाब के पास. लेकिन वो पैसा क्या for a change translate होगा into a IPL winning team?
I think with Ricky Ponting on board, it will change. I mean, PBKS could be one of those teams who could hit big time at the auction this time around, because you have somebody like a Ricky Ponting at the helm of affairs right now. He will put his thinking cap on, the greatest captain that the game has ever seen, for me at least. He transformed that DC unit also in a way. He made that winning team. He made it a winning team as well. So I could very well see PBKS's fortunes turning from here, and it's a very good decision that they have at least gotten somebody like a Prabhsimran and Shashank Singh, who did well for them in the last season. Prabhsimran Singh in the last 2 seasons, also Shashank specifically the last season. But you could see a lot of Australians coming here. Ricky Ponting की छाप आपको यहाँ बहुत दिखेगी. Fraser Megag being there, you could see a Rishabh Pant leading this. I don't see a lot of RTMs being used by Punjab here. I don't see. I mean, RTM आप किस पे करोगे? Let's look at maybe Arshdeep if his does not go over the 8 crore mark is what I feel.
Which he might.
Which if अगर उसके अंदर होता है तो they probably might want to look at the RTM. Let's look at the release players list. Sam Curran, Harshal Patel, the leading wicket taker in the IPL, I think last to last season. Last 2 seasons back. Liam Livingston is a big player. Kagiso Rabada. Shikhar Dhawan to anyway, former captain. Riley Russo, Johnny Bairstow, Chris Wokes, Ashdeep, Harpreet Bar, Nathan Ellis, Sikandar Raza. I mean, it's a long list. I mean, you can't go on and on about it. But the main thing is you would see a lot of English players there, and Ricky Ponting could replace all those English players with bit of Australian players, Jake Fraser Mega could be the one of those things. Warner would be very interesting. I mean, to have somebody to replace a Shikhar Dhawan at the top to give the stability there.
I won't be surprised if there's a Warner and a Steve Smith also in Punjab, because Ponting
Steve Smith, most definitely.
Ponting, वो backroom he must have called Steve Smith कर सकते हैं कि I'll take you. Maybe not in the playing 11 शुरू से, but you will be in the squad.
You will be in the squad. I think one RTM they probably would want to use it on would be Ajitesh Sharma, because again they'll have to look for a keeper. Sikandar Raza RTM. You know, it's easy. It's very good. Look, that 144 was against what? A very, again, no disrespect to the team that they are playing. It was against Gambia. It was Gambia. So that's, I think, not something that you would put down as a marker that against Gambia you scored 144. But Sikandar Raza, again, value for money buy. If he comes in under 4 crore, they probably use an RTM, or they won't even have to. I mean, nobody else could bid for him. Only they are the one bidding at him. He could be at that 2 crore bracket, if I'm not wrong, as an international. So they could easily get him on his base value itself.
Do you think Johnny Bairstow is one of the big players to be in the auction, or do you think नहीं?
I don't think so. 2 reasons for it. Again, the wane in form, and also being an English player, there's also a tendency of them not being available. I don't know if Johnny Bairstow would make himself available, because in IPL there is new rule in there if you come in, or if you come in and then leave midway, or say you're not going to be part of it after being part of the auction, you will have a 2-year ban. So I don't see a lot of English players coming in for the IPL. I think the big English players who are sure to be picked by teams or would get game time, like a Josh Butler, maybe they could. I really don't think so in Johnny Bairstow. He had his time, he had his fun with David Warner at Sunrisers Hyderabad, which was 4 years back. Now I think that's done.
The one pattern I've been noticing is that very few English players have been retained, hardly any. Could this be the reason that they leave midway through IPL?
Very much. That could be one of the reasons. And also the big guns. When you have such a strong Indian core, when you have such a strong Australian setup also, so I think the English players, like you do have a Harry Brook, you do have a Will Jacks, and all of those players. Again, they probably don't see the value. They see कि lesser price में वो उनको auctions में मिल जाएंगे. That could be one of the reasons.
And we'll also have to wait and see how many of them, of the English players, make themselves available. But शशांक को retain किया है आशुतोष शर्मा. ये दोनों की जोड़ी ने पिछले IPL में scored a lot of runs. Do you think आशुतोष शर्मा A, RTM, or B, could go for big bucks in IPL in some other team?
I'm guessing big bucks for other teams, but I think PBKs will try to RTM. Big bucks भी इतना भी नहीं होगा. I'm guessing more than 5.5 crore, or Ashutosh would be at around 5, 6, 7 crores. 5 crores अगर होगा तो भी that's fine. That's fine with them. I mean, they can easily RTM him. Yeah, they can easily RTM him. So yeah, he could be one of those RTM candidates for Punjab Kings. A very cheap RTM buy.
110.5 crore, like the luxury that you have to buy players, but then you'll have to be smart enough to buy good players. And I think Ricky Ponting, as Vineet said, that he is one of those few people who knows how to build a team. Unfortunately, DC में trophy नहीं आई, लेकिन he'll kind of led the team very strongly. But 110.5 crore for Punjab Kings in the auction with Shashank and Prabh Simran already in the squad. We'll move on to the next team now. Gujarat Titans. Only 3 years की journey, लेकिन एक time IPL जीत चुके हैं. Rashid Khan 18 crore at the top, which I think is justified. It's Rashid Khan. शुभमन गिल ने पे कट लिया है, कैप्टन है, 16.5 करोड़ में खेलेंगे. Sai Sudarshan, a good talent, and I think it's a good money to have him 8.5 crore. Rahul Tewatia, Shah Rukh Khan 4 crore each, and the purse remaining is 69 crore rupees. Are you happy? Sai Sudarshan 8.5 crore, no David Miller. मोहम्मद शामी आप बात कर चुके हैं, शॉकिंग है. उसके अलावा कुछ आपको?
Apart from Mohammad Shami, I don't see anything anything wrong with this retention. Actually, this is one of the most one of those stable retention lists, so to speak. They probably covered all the bases here. You have a bowler, you have your captain, you have your middle order batter, you have your all-rounder, you have your impact player. That's what you want. At least हर एक check box आपको tick करना है. The only check box they have not been able to tick is that fast bowling. You had a Josh Little, you had Joshua Little, you had a Mohammad Shami. आपने उनको let go किया है. So one of the RTMs could be on these spaces. RTM could very well be a Mohammad Shami also, and that way they'll take everything.
Absolutely, they'll take everything. And Mohammad Shami is actually a very good point. RTM हो सकते हैं, but I think other teams will also go for Shami.
But quite interesting. GT, the big names that they have let go of, Kane Williamson. He was injured. He was injured last season. The very first game that he played, he got injured. उसके बदले साई सुदर्शन आए, उन्होंने किया. But then again, he's a big player. So आप सोच सकते थे. You had Mohit Sharma. You let go of Mohit Sharma. I mean, it could be another RTM candidate here. David Miller is a big miss. Matthew Wade anyway has, I think more than Matthew Wade, one name that is coming to me is Noor Ahmed. Noor Ahmed is one player. You also put a big bunt on a pacer, Spencer Johnson of Australia. You have let off him. Azmatullah Omarzai, your all-rounder, somebody in that Hardik Pandya mold, and he came in as a first change bowler. He was your second down or third down whenever it was required. Played, I think, most of the games for GT. He is also a big miss there that you are not retained somebody like an Azmatullah Omarzai. Again, from a potential point of view, a very, very, very good player.
Absolutely. And I can see a Noor Ahmed going in Punjab or RCB. I don't know why, but I think good players that they have. Obviously, they have let go of some really good players as well. But जो retain किए हैं वो भी अच्छे हैं. Rashid Khan, Chuman Gill, Sai Sudarshan, Rahul Tewatia, Shah Rukh Khan, and the remaining purse is 69 crore rupees, and they'll go into the auction with 69. We'll have to wait and see क्या करते हैं उस 69 crores का. We'll move on to the next team, Rajasthan Royals. Sanju Samson, the captain, 18 crore. यशस्वी जायसवाल 18 crore. पिछले मेगा ऑक्शन में अनकैप्ड थे, 4 करोड़ में गए थे. 14 करोड़ का प्रॉफिट हुआ है, एडिशन हुआ है उनका. वो 2 साल में उन्होंने 14 करोड़ रुपए कमाए हैं. रियान पराग 14 करोड़. ध्रुव जुरेल 14 crore. Shimran Hetmeyer 11 crore. For me, it's a big question mark over here. Sandeep Sharma 4 crore. A good steal to have. 41 crore. I think this is the least that any team has. 41 crore. Just 41 crore. तो बड़े player तो बिल्कुल ही भूल जाएंगे मुझे लग रहा है.
I think बड़े player देखने की जरूरत नहीं है. सारे के सारे बड़े players हैं.
बड़े player जाने भी दिए सारे.
हाँ, सारे बड़े players जाने दिए और जिनका जो core है. I mean, these are the 6 guys that you are going to see play in the playing 11. If fitness provides, they are going to play all the 14 games, and if they get into the playoffs and everything, the rest of the games. So I think they are very much sorted here. The only issue or the only red flag for me here is Shimran Hetmeyer. They could have actually gone for a Roman Powell ahead of Shimran Hetmeyer, because Powell was a much better finisher for Rajasthan last season than a Shimran Hetmeyer.
I can't go past Yuzvendra Chahal. You have a Shimran Hetmeyer in your team. You don't have a Chahal. I'll happily give him 18 crores to be in my team. That is what I personally think. And with 41 crore, I understand they have a good 6 out of the 11 that they need to play. But how will you build your bowling lineup? Sandeep Sharma is a very on and off bowler. He's a very good bowler. And it's a steal. Yeah, 4 crore uncapped है. वो तो सालों से खेले नहीं है. 41 करोड़ में आप अगले 5 प्लेयर कैसे बना लोगे, वो भी बॉलिंग, एंड इट विल बी अ वेरी मीडियोकर बॉलिंग अटैक. जो वोंट है बिग, एक बड़ा नाम तो बॉलिंग अटैक में आपको चाहिए. आरसीबी का इशू क्या रहा है? दिस इज आरसीबी फॉर 16 इयर्स. यू हैव अ वॉटसन, यू हैव अ कोहली, यू हैव अ डिविलियर्स, अ गेल, यू हैव युवराज सिंह, यू हैव ब्रेंडन मैकेलम. नीचे कोई नहीं है. क्या वही होने वाला है इनके साथ?
And look at the bowlers, the caliber of bowlers that they have let go of. Trent Bolt, Avesh Khan, Yuzvendra Chahal, Nandre Berger, who did give you a lot of wickets, and Navdeep Saini also, Kuldeep Sen. So yeah, I mean, they've let go of a lot of bowlers, and to build that bowling attack, it's going to be very difficult for them. And from the pool, whatever that they get, it would be very, very difficult.
I genuinely believe they are going the RCB way in 2 ways: bowling lineup and Yuzvendra Chahal. They are just following that path. But 41 crore for Rajasthan Royals, they'll go into the auction with this money, and we'll have to wait and see. बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग होगा यार, कैसे बनाते हैं ये आगे की जो अपनी 11 है. Next team is Sunrisers Hyderabad. Pat Cummins, the captain who led them to a final, 18 crore. Abhishek Sharma, 14 crore. Nitish Kumar Reddy, 6 crore. And Classen, 23 crore. Travis Head, 14 crore. पर्स में कितने बचे हैं? 45 करोड़. मुझे लग रहा है ज्यादा बच गए, जैसे ऊपर बैटिंग लाइनअप इनकी है, जितने बड़े प्लेयर्स हैं ये भी सेटल हुए हैं. मुझे दो प्लेयर्स तो आई विल ऑलवेज बिलीव दे हैव सेटल्ड फॉर 14, दैट इज अभिषेक शर्मा एंड ट्रेविस हेड. 45 करोड़ में क्या बाकी की प्लेइंग 11 बन सकती है?
Yeah, it is going to be very difficult, very, very difficult for them, because 5 guys and you are left with only 45 crores. I mean, you do get a sense that these are the players who single-handedly got Sunrisers to the final last year. ये भी बात है कि none of the other players got in any chance at all. Even Nitish Reddy didn't get much of the chance. It was all Heinrich Classen, Travis Head, Abhishek Sharma show, and Pat Cummins leading from the front. Apart from that, कोई था ही नहीं जिनको जरूरत भी पड़ी थी. But again, this is a very risky gamble that you take, But that's what you had to do. You cannot afford to let go of Heinrich Classen, Travis Head, Pat Cummins, and Abhishek Sharma. इनको तो आपको लेना ही लेना था. And if somebody like a Classen says कि यार मेरे को 18 से ज्यादा चाहिए, you will have to oblige. Otherwise, you take the gamble of letting him go and trying to RTM him at a much, much higher price. So it was a very tricky situation for Sunrisers Hyderabad, but they are banking on what worked for them last year, and that's the same thing that they are going to go ahead with. And in terms of building the squad, look at the names that they have let go of which Abdul Samad is there, Marco Janssen, a big name. Rahul Tripathi was that utility player that you had there. Wouldn't give you that big innings, but he was the bridge between a Heinrich Classen and Aaron Markham that way. So you have let go of him. Washington Sundar is a big name that you let go of him. Glenn Phillips, तो याद भी नहीं कि लास्ट टाइम टीम में थे कि नहीं थे, खेलने का मौका ही नहीं मिला था उन्हें. You had Bhuvneshwar Kumar. I mean, this was a team. SRH at one point in time had the best bowling attack, and now it's completely gone. Bhuvneshwar Kumar, T. Natarajan they have let go of. Mayank Markande they have let go of. Umran Malik, a big name, they have let go of. Fazal Farooqi, because you had 4 foreigners, did not get a chance to play, but a gun player that you have let go of. Vadindu Hasranga was also part of this squad. So was Jaydev Unadkat. So they'll have to restart the bowling attack from that 45 crore. It will be very difficult.
I think they have a
very
45
difficult.
crore budget. They know that they can't build, a gun bowling lineup. They'll build a decent bowling lineup जो 250 खाएंगे लेकिन बैटिंग ऐसी मारी है जो 300 मार लेंगे. So I think this is the strategy that they are going with, which worked. At 287 they scored in the IPL last time round, which also now after India scored 297 looks very okayish, but 287 in an IPL and 250 they were making 250 for fun. So I think that could be the strategy. With 45 crore, Sunrisers Hyderabad will enter into the auctions. Now we move on to the next team. I think we have
pretty much covered
all the teams, and we have few statements from players of Mumbai Indians. I think Rohit Sharma said something after the retention was announced, and he's been retained with 16.30 crores if I'm not wrong. Hardik and Surya 3.35 crores. Rohit Sharma has given a statement. He says, I'm thrilled to be a part of Mumbai Indians again. I played so much cricket here. This is the place where I've started my cricket career. So this city is very, very special and I'm happy to be here. और उन्होंने एक और डिसीजन को बैक किया MIK के जो 5 कैप्ड प्लेयर्स हैं उनको रिटेन करने का. हार्दिक है, सूर्या है, बुमराह है, रोहित है, तिलक है. He says, the players that are representing the national team at the highest level should get the preference. That's what I believe in and I'm quite happy with it. This is what रोहित शर्मा हैज सेड कि वो खुश हैं कि कैप प्लेयर जो इंटरनेशनल रिप्रेजेंट कर चुके हैं वो कहते हैं मेरा भी यही थॉट प्रोसेस है कि उनको प्रेफरेंस मिलनी चाहिए, उनको मिली. आई एम रियली हैप्पी और मुंबई मेरा शहर है, मैं यहाँ से क्रिकेट मेरी शुरू हुई है, तो आई एम थ्रिल्ड टू बी अ पार्ट ऑफ मुंबई इंडियंस. काफी सोच थी फैंस की क्या होगा, आपके पास इतने बड़े नाम हैं. एक तरफ देखिए ना, विराट कोहली 21 करोड़ रुपीस ले रहे हैं, बड़े बड़े प्लेयर्स हैं, शुभमन गिल ने भी पे कट लिया है, रोहित शर्मा अब क्योंकि कैप्टन भी नहीं है और विराट कोहली हमें लग रहा है कि कैप्टेंसी करेंगे तो वो 21 करोड़ का बजट
बिल्कुल यस.
बट दिस इज व्हाट ऑल द टीम्स हैव डन. विनीत, बिफोर वी एंड दिस लाइव, एनी final remarks, statements? क्या auction में क्या?
Before we end this, there's an interesting comment that is coming from Sanjeev Goenka, LSG owner. He says that we wanted to retain players with a mindset to win and those who put team gains over personal gains. Is it a dig at KL Rahul? Could very well be. So it's very much clear that whatever we saw, that episode between these two gentlemen, it meant something. It meant something. Even after they said everything is fine, I think clearly it is not fine, and I think the daggers are out here. And not an ideal way to part ways, but that's how it is. I mean, it comes to business. When it becomes a business, that's how you do. I mean, you take business decisions, and you don't take anything else for granted, so to speak.
Doesn't rattle KL Rahul. If I am KL Rahul, I would want to go in any of the IPL teams and just lit up that team, just 150, 200 strike rate and just show. Because obviously KL Rahul is not a small player, he's a big player.
Big player, of course, he's a big
Indian player. He's not an uncapped youngster that you can pass around a statement. If a particular owner has said this, I think KL Rahul has a point to prove now, because इंटरनेशनल में भी उनके फॉर्म को लेके बहुत सवाल उठते हैं, शेल में चले जाते हैं, वो एक प्रेशर सिचुएशन क्रिएट कर देते हैं अपने लिए नहीं, नॉन स्ट्राइकर के लिए भी. तो ये अब आई थिंक दिस कुड बी द फाइनल नेल इन द कॉफिन वेयर KL Rahul decides, okay, enough is enough. I was a captain of an IPL team. I was released, and this is the statement that was given. This is the reason. Obviously, he has not named the player, but I think this is as straight as it can get when a owner talks about his captain. But I think what a fun retention list this is, क्योंकि retention पे मेरा इतना ध्यान नहीं है अब. ठीक है, रिटेन कर लिए, बड़े नाम है, बहुत अच्छे हैं, 18 करोड़.
How do they make up these squads?
वो भी नहीं, ऑक्शन. हाँ, ऑक्शन में एक तो जिनके पास 45 करोड़ रुपीस है, आप कैसे अपना स्क्वाड बनाओगे, वो बहुत बड़ा क्वेश्चन मार्क है. दूसरा, ऋषभ पंत, KL राहुल, श्रेयस अय्यर, जॉस बटलर, युजवेंद्र चहल, इतने बड़े बड़े खिलाड़ी हैं और आधे बड़े खिलाड़ी तो अभी याद भी नहीं आएंगे, लिस्ट इतनी लंबी है, रिटेन बहुत कम प्लेयर हुए हैं. सो इट वुड बी सो फन एंड इंटरेस्टिंग टू सी व्हाट डज द टीम डू हियर. और आने वाले कुछ दिनों में अब सिर्फ स्ट्रेटेजी बनेगी,
Of course,
कैटेगरीज
yes.
हर फैन खड़ा होगा कि मेरी टीम क्या कर सकती है, सब ओनर बनेंगे, सब सीईओ बनेंगे, सब एनालिस्ट बनेंगे, डेटा निकालेंगे, यार इस पिच पे ये प्लेयर अच्छा खेलता है, ये मेरी टीम पे होना चाहिए, एंड दैट इज द फन ऑफ इट, दैट इज व्हाट आईपीएल ब्रिंग्स टू द टेबल, इट ब्रिंग्स द एंटायर कंट्री टुगेदर, एवरीबॉडी टॉक्स अबाउट देयर रिस्पेक्टिव टीम, व्हाट दे कैन डू, दे शेयर इट ऑन सोशल मीडिया, टैग द टीम्स कि यार सुनो ये कर लो, ये कर सकते हो, एंड दैट इज द फन ऑफ इट, एंड अप टिल ऑक्शन जब भी होंगे ऑफिशियली, तब तक every day on social media you will see that on every day on Cricket Next also we'll be covering IPL now extensively, auctions उसके बाद obviously Cricket Next पे आपको सब देखने को मिलेगा, international cricket, IPL, domestic cricket, exclusives, everything you'll get to see on Cricket Next. Do subscribe to the Cricket Next YouTube channel, live चल रहा है, आपके मन में कोई भी सवाल हो जरूर लिखिएगा, कोई भी ओपिनियन हो, आपकी फेवरेट टीम से आप खुश हैं, ना खुश हैं, किसी रिटेंशन से आप खुश हैं, आप गुस्सा हैं कि यार ये प्लेयर मेरी टीम में क्यों रिटेन नहीं किया या इसको क्यों कर लिया, तो जरूर 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 लिखेगा क्रिकेट नेक्स्ट के यूट्यूब चैनल कमेंट सेक्शन में, फेसबुक पे भी लाइव है, वहां पे भी आप अपने सवाल जरूर छोड़ सकते हैं. विनीत, आई थिंक आई एम प्रिटी मच सेटिस्फाइड विद द रिटेंशन. एक दो नाम हमने डिस्कस किए, शॉकिंग थे, चाहल से बड़ा तो कोई नहीं है मेरे लिए. आई थिंक ऋषभ पंत इन ऑक्शन इज ओके, ठीक है यार. केएल राहुल, अय्यर भी थोड़ा शॉकिंग बट ठीक है. युजवेंद्र चाहल कैसे जाने दे सकती है कोई टीम? एज अ आरसीबी फैन आई नो दैट पेन. क्या राजस्थान के फैंस को वो पेन होगा, ये भी देखना जरूरी है. योर ओवरऑल थॉट्स ऑन दिस आईपीएल रिटेंशन?
Very good thing, and one of the things that made it interesting was how the IPL retention rules were drafted. I think that itself made a lot of difference in terms of how teams were approaching the retention. I mean, they had the player caps, they had the caps of five cap players, one uncapped player. आप अगर 3 कर रहे हैं तो आपके पास 3 RTM भी मिलेंगे, अगर 1 कर रहे हैं तो 5 RTM मिलेंगे. All these nitty-gritties were not part of the earlier retention things, and all these were not part of the IPL auctions as well. So all these dynamics included, I think the teams had to rack their brains very, very hard. Absolutely. And I think a few of them have really done very good in terms of their retentions, their strategy. This is actually the first step towards their strategy in making the team. Auctions में कैसा उनकी strategy रहेगा. This was the first step to it. We are seeing signs of what the teams are going to do in the auction with this retention list. But for me, the biggest talking point here would be you have 5 potential captaincy material in that auction pool. Absolutely. In Rishabh Pant, Shreyas Iyer, KL Rahul, Josh Butler. It is going to be manic. All wicket keepers. You include an Ishan Kishan in that mix as well. You include a Jitesh Sharma in that mix. I mean, from a bowling perspective, you have a Shami there, you have a gun match winner and Marcus Stoinis in there. So it is going to be bonkers, the auction. So this was my biggest takeaway from this, that the names, the reputations don't matter. It is essentially what you are looking in your team you want. I mean, even if you are an IPL winning captain, if you don't fit in the scheme of things, we are not going to keep you. We will let go of you. And we also saw at least couple of names in Rishabh Pant and Heinrich Classen probably demanding that we don't want to be retained. We want to go into the auction pool. One player got into the auction pool, other player got probably the money that he would have gotten in the auction pool. That is 23 crores Heinrich Classen. So very interesting retention, which makes it up, sets it up for a very, very interesting IPL mega auction, which would most likely be happening in later this month itself, November last week.
Absolutely, there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot at stake for all the IPL teams. Mega auctions कुछ सालों बाद आते हैं, लेकिन वो इतना बड़ा तूफान लेके आते हैं अपने साथ. So we'll have to wait and see what does officially happen here. But you, as I said, do subscribe to the Cricket Next YouTube channel, hit the bell icon so that you can get notified every time we go live. Follow us across all our social media platforms. आपको सारी updates मिलती रहेंगी. And a very, very, very happy Diwali to all of you watching this. Enjoy करिए. पटाखे already फूट चुके हैं. IPL की तरफ से पटाखे, fireworks आ चुके हैं. अब I know दिवाली celebrate करने के साथ साथ और उसके बाद सोशल मीडिया पे भी अब पटाखे फूटेंगे, डिस्कशंस होंगी. तो अगर आप कुछ ओपिनियन या सवाल या गुस्सा भी लिखे ना किसी टीम से, अपनी टीम से, क्रिकेट नेक्स्ट को टैग करके लिख देगा, हम सवाल ले लेंगे और आने वाले लाइव्स में आपको जवाब दे देंगे. कल शुरू होगा इंडिया वर्सेस न्यूजीलैंड का थर्ड टेस्ट, उसके लिए भी क्रिकेट नेक्स्ट पे आपको स्पेशल एक्सक्लूसिव कवरेजेस मिलती रहेंगी। आपको सिर्फ और सिर्फ सब्सक्राइब करना है। तब तक के लिए मेरे विनीत और पूरी क्रिकेट नेक्स्ट की टीम की तरफ से अगेन अ वेरी हैप्पी दिवाली एंड अ वेरी गुड नाइट।
एंड किया, लूप चलाया है?
नहीं लूप चलाना है, एंड तो करना ही है। हाँ एंड करना तो एंड ही है, वो लूप तो कट के चलेगा, इतने पूरे लाएगा। वो डिस्क्रिप्शन वगैरह सारा सर्च कर दिया है, एक्चुअली इट्स एंड एवरीथिंग उसको हाईलाइट्स में कन्वर्ट करना राइटली बाकी सारा
ग्राफिक्स टाइमली आ गए थे,
हो रहे थे। हाँ पूरा प्रोसेस ठीक हो गया, पूरा परफेक्ट प्रोसेस था, वो भी इतना इजी हो गया था, स्मूथ से लिखा बस खुला के देने में जितना टाइम लगा तो
वही स्टार्ट की ही दिक्कत है। प्री जो है प्री प्रोडक्शन काफी है, प्री प्रोडक्शन ठीक हो गया ना, बाकी
हमारे पास रॉ फुटेज में सिर्फ इसकी हम ऐसा नहीं कर सकते ना, सिर्फ अपना अलग करके कि अपनी जो रिकॉर्डेड फुटेज है वो अलग रख के ग्राफिक्स अलग से अब तो लाइव रहेंगे उसमें, अब तो जो आएगा फुट फ्रेम ही आएगा। नहीं लूप ये रिकॉर्ड बाद में किया था, नहीं रिकॉर्ड पर उसके लिए दूसरा ऑडियंस चाहिए था, या फिर दूसरा एक एनडीआई दूसरा खोल के उसमें एमएस को रिकॉर्ड कर यार मैं उसका वो एक्चुअली हो गई आया एक सबसे दूसरी वीडियो है सारे प्लेयर जो ऑप्शन में और प्लेयर पर कौन सा ऑप्शन पड़े दिया वीडियो की शिक्षा होगी और अगर कुछ ज्यादा तो ये बोलो ये